So yeah, we got science up and running last stream together with other things. Add a bit of power in between to be able to supply our factory world with what we needed. So right now, power is looking very good. The generation is a bit low compared to our consumption, but we do have enough capacity from energy exchanges to make sure that we can run at full speed. So if we look at the world, it is looking very nice, having some nice smelting arrays just doing what they need to do. So before I get too far into Dyson sphere, let's just start our stream raiders. Hey birdie, yeah! I tried a midday stream for once. Trying to go with a new format where I just start if I have time. And not only at night, just to get some more streams in. So yeah, let's start our stream raiders. I think some of you saw on Discord yesterday that a new event have just started. So let's quickly jump over there. And the event is... oh, let's get me here as well. It's a great ball game. So now we are divided into 4 teams. I am on, or we are on the Blood Dragons. And we're fighting against the 3 other teams. So the more units we place, the more things we'll get, and the more skins we can earn. So that's pretty cool. Oh, fair enough for birdie. Well, let's get on with this. Might as well get some started, and then you can get some sweet loot while you're playing Valorant as well. Not the worst. Ooh, a ball. As soon as pick up the ball, gets into the zone, getting multiple buffs and become the center of attention. When killed, they drop the ball. They increase the speed and damage, but also gain damage reduction and healing. Huh. That seems pretty cool. So can we get something to pick up the ball? They're all level 5, this cheerleader and such. So let's get some kind of defense down. Let's get a Centurion down. He might be able to go and grab some of this and can use it. There we are. So I'll let that go for about half an hour. See how many joins in for a midday stream while we expand out the base. So I have a few things I want to get done. One of them being we need to use our unipolar magnets that we got from the black hole last stream. So we need to set up some production for that. Also use the fire ice and such to increase our production. We also have a ton of research we need to get through. Might as well just queue up a lot of it to make sure we actually have some of the science being used. Want to get the drive engine so we can warp to other solar systems or galaxies a bit faster. So let's get the power first. I think that's the most important. And then get more inventory. Not as important, but it could be good getting a bit of that as well. We also have a ton of things down here. Some vein utilization might be good to get. Just because we can increase our throughput a bit. That has been lacking here and there. So I think we should start by designing our new build. Like I said, we got unipolar magnets that's used for particle containers. So setting up this production will help a lot. Made in assembler, 2 inputs, 1 output. We have done that many times before. Pretty much the setup we have here. So if we are a bit smart about it, we should be able to just steal this little part, get it to here, and place it down somewhere else. So that is probably the easiest way to expand out as it stands right now. Let's see, that might need to be expanded out at some point, but for now it's fine. This should be fine. Yeah, we don't know how big it has to be, so we'll just start it about here if we can. Need to go down on this grid line. Let's start you here. I think that'll be fine. And I want you there. Because that intersects the 2 grid lines, and that is what I want to do. So place you. Then we'll go and build it. Of course, remembering to limit or the logistics tower here a bit to not request in the wrong items. But here we want particle containers to go out, but use unipolar magnets instead of all of the engines, because the engines and the graphene is rather expensive to make. And we can get it from Fire Ice, we might do that, but just getting it used this way is a good way to improve our setup. 1000, that should be fine. Unipolar magnets and copper. Might as well just get it to get whatever it wants in. There we go, demand already from range, that's gonna fly from the black hole. So if you look here at our little universe view, hey Sao, we should see that from the galaxy all the way over here. We'll see a nice little amount of ships leaving. There we are. That's all the unipolar magnets going back to do their thing. Depending on how fast they're gonna get used, we should probably add in some what's called logistics vessels here, just to get the throughput through, and give it a small amount of this over demand, mode demand. Yeah, there we are. That'll give us enough. Yeah, it is, but it's only a few minutes, and we do have them to. I think we're about 600 per logistic or transport drone at the moment. So yeah, a few minutes and they'll be here. It's quite funny, right now they are faster than me, but it would be nice hitching a ride, to be honest. So let's change you as well. We'll go into particle. Yeah. Get you into particle as well. And we should be able to do this without any issues. Move that and that. Use and place. Good. That's a nice big build for particle containers. We'll need unipolar magnets on the inside. So we'll need unipolar there. Copper at the back. Copper at the back. And magnets. Unipolar here. Also copper, sorry. And copper and unipolar. Good, so that should give us quite a lot of throughput just with our current setup here. And we can always double the throughput just by getting these to the better assembly machines. Pretty much doubling our throughput just by doubling or upgrading these. So we'll probably do that at some point in the near future, but for now this is looking pretty good. Let's see how far away are they. I just want to make sure we have set it all up before we leave, or before we build something else. Let's see how far away are they. Oh, that was, oh, sorry, went into the Milky Way galaxy. Did not mean to do that just yet. We'll come back to that later. The ships right there, they are more than halfway. So we could, in theory, set up this production, because that will remove all the demand for sulfuric acid, which is quite bad at the moment, the amount we're actually using of that. Just because the production chain, so getting a blueprint of that will be very, very good. I might want to start it, see where do we have room for it. You need to make you longer. It is building up, it's requiring, yeah, that is why we want to set it up, because our nanotubes is is quite lacking. So either we go find the rare resource, or we just set up some graphene production. Now let's just try and use the fire ice. I want every kind of build made anyway, so I think that could be cool. We have a few chemical plants we can use for the blueprint for it, so it won't be too bad. Let's just start it here. You can go there for now. And as long as I place them in the exact same column, we will be able to have enough room going down and the ability to expand it out. So what we want to build here is this setup. It has one output of hydrogen that in theory can bottleneck this entire system. So we need to have some way of making sure it doesn't bottleneck. Back on the homeworld, I did set up some energy production to consume it. And we could do the same here if it's not cleared out fast enough. But for now at least, let's just try and build it and see what we'll do. We'll build one side, then we'll build the other one afterwards. So let's use these 12. If we start near the middle, see if we do something like that. Is that too close? Oh, I need to do that. But you do require only one item in, but 2 items out. The 2 items go on the same belt, it's not that big of a deal. Big of a deal, so huh. What is that? So yeah, then we'll just have 2 on that one, that'll go in, and then we'll have 1, 2, but in theory double it, because we only need 3 per each of these. We can actually make it quite big, and the amount of items we need is 1 per second, so let's try and double this to make it times 3, just to see the size. We'll build you. We'll go in here. Go to here. Same over here. And you can go there and there. We'll make this one. We should have fire ice somewhere in the universe. We did completely fill up a gas giant last time, so that should be very useful at the moment. Please take out both. That should be fine. And here, let's take 1 in and 1 in. Is that way we can expand it down quite easily, if we so desire. Ooh, that takes a lot of room. Will it be better just getting these? Yeah, they'll work. Hey, Bruce! Nice seeing you again. I feel like it's been too long. What if we do that? And we... Let's give this a try. Can I take this? Use and place you... Needs 2 more belts. Where to fit in? Yeah, it's 1, 2 more belts. That I can easily solve, so we'll do 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Thank you, Bruce. I've missed you as well, man. I've also been away a bit. Been busy with work and such. Use this. Still no. That's that one. I want it there. Well, we'll just do it the easy way. At least for building it the first time. So you can go to here. Yeah. And there. It is still a bit easier than using the blueprint, since they are a bit wonky at the start, so this is much faster. Do a complete wrong spot anyway. Makes sense. Here. Let's do the same over here. So yeah, that is pretty decent setup for now. Oh, we can actually place it that close. Let's move you one closer then. That is possible. Just to make it look complete. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. Can't complain at all. So we'll have graphene going out. That'll just supply anywhere in the universe, and we'll have fire ice going in. So remote local. Probably need to add in a few ships for it to deliver it, and give it some warpers. 100 and remote demand. There we go. Perfect. So space warpers going in. These will go in as soon as we give it power. So let's just get it power right here for now. And I think, yeah, there we go. We should have some. So we're just missing the power. So that means this is a very nice supply of graphene we have now, in terms of saving our coal. Is not that important to save, but it is important because we're using a ton to make graphene at the moment, and the sulfuric acid. This will help our production chain a lot, because if you look right here at our current energetic graphite production, it's all being consumed to make that, and then going to making sulfuric acid. So this should help out a ton, and everything is going in. Everything's going to get this supplied. Would give you just a few drones in case we have anything here that needs it. Don't think so, but yeah, and that will be good. Do we have room next to this, by the way? Let's just do a quick test. Please remove that. Use. Ah, and look at that. It does barely fit in. It just fits in if, in case I want to get it all the way down. But that's pretty good. Pretty well planned out. Let's also have a look at this one. Oh, wait, not that one. Where did it go? Oh, it's because it's after this one. There we are. Is this working? Ah, look at that. Articles being used. We are requesting 10,000 at a time. Getting it in and then producing a ton of particles containers. So that's exactly what we want to see. This can all be requested to the homeworld, where we're currently producing the green lenses and such that's needed for a lot of this, because it's a strange matter. So fire ice. Oh, that has been delivered. Remembered outputs, of course. Fire ice, fire ice. Yeah. And right now this is consuming, let's see, it does 1 per second at crafting speed 1. These are crafting speed 1, so you couldn't theory do 30 in each row to get it to the correct ratios. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6. We can do this times 5. in terms of how much they can actually support. Also, just remember the hydrogen as well. There we are. And hopefully we can get rid of all of this and it doesn't bottleneck. Otherwise we will have to fix that. You check the output. Oh, it's 2 to 3, so the limiting factor is in theory not the inputs, or in practice not the inputs, it is the output, since it's outputting more than it's inputting. Making it 30 long is a bit too much. We'll make it about 20 and then we should be good. There we are. You're going in. You're going in. And we'll just let you go and produce whatever is needed. We also need to go look at the magnets as one of the other things, since that is actually quite strained at the moment because we're using that many magnetic coils. What I'm hoping is that our current setup of this will help a lot on the setup of magnets as well. But we need to go back to our home world and disable our current particle container production, as that is better to take it from there, since we do have the unipolar magnets. That's a little trip back to the home world. Right next to us, perfect. A nice bit of traffic going on already, since the base is running pretty well. Let's go up this way. We'll probably just warp home, as saves a bit of time. Bit of a mess here, but I think it should be over here. This is pretty much where we started the game with our main bus build, and then have expanded out to our current way of megabasing. The one I want to disable is this production right here, because it's consuming pretty much every electromagnetic turbine we can produce. So do I want to just disable it? I could in theory just set this to 0 and let it be fine, because then nothing else will go in. That is good enough for me. Yeah, everything's going well, Bruce. I am just busy at work as well. Most people are. But glad you'll be watching. Hopefully you'll be placing some units in stream radars as well, so we can win this event. That's always a fun thing. Ooh. The strange matters right here. You're requiring these. Let's change it to remote demand instead. Change it to that. And take all here, and then it's going to request from the other planets. Locally, this should be emptied out now. I'm going out. Deuterium is fine as well. You can just go up. Some of these are not activated yet, as I didn't want to, but it might actually be an idea to do it now that we actually putting in a lot, and there we are. Make sure we have enough warpers. Yeah, let's give it some warpers to future-proof it a bit. Local demand or remote demand, it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to request in as many as I can in case we reuse this blueprint somewhere. Do we need to activate the rest of this build? Power is not that great at the moment, at least not on the homeworld. But yeah, this gives enough strange matter for now, so it's not that overly important to do. So we have vein technology that is missing probably information matrices. Hey Trupin, welcome to the stream as well. So we should probably go and have Ooh, the neighbors are drilling. Good. Let's probably go and have a look at what's it called? The factory world again. Just because we need to increase our science production just a tiny bit to make sure we can actually handle what we need. So let me quickly grab a few things from here. Give me that. That should be enough to double our science production a bit. And then the issue will probably be of throughput of raw resources instead of our buildings that's actually producing them. Yeah, let's... Who should we also bring now that we're here? This, of course, is all set up so we can request it anywhere in the universe. But I just want to bring a bit with me. Where's it at? The one I'm looking for. I'm looking there. There. Energy exchanges. Thank you. That's too many. That seems fine. 20? Yeah, that should give us a nice setup if we want to do it somewhere. If you want to expand out. And let's see here. And give me just a few of you. Lots. Oh, yeah. Not mean to put you back in. Good. So let's go to the factory world yet again. Watching the massive amount of spaceships going in is always cool. Which will only increase from here on. So let's see, I was looking at the science setup. That is currently what I want to improve. That is keeping up very nicely. Getting to the end. Yes, good. So the science is going here. Is it seriously? Yeah, it is the information matrix we use lacking, not because of a lack of items going in, but just because of a lack of how fast we can produce them. So let's quickly do this. Silly thing to be lacking. There. And can I take just one of these? No, you're not able to do that. You're not smart enough. But I can do this. Just say I want a second tower. Oh, wait. Theory, I could just take both, right? There we are. I want to remove the belts as those don't overlap. Use that and place you right there. Good. There we go. Double science production compared to what we had before. They will slowly but surely fill up. Might want to double it at all of them. Wait. Use and there. Yeah. Do we need to double the green as well? Let's do this one and that one. Let's take all you. Remove belts. There, yes please. And double the science. That's way closer than this one. Fine. And you go there. And the blue as well. So this is going to double our science production. We might not have enough labs to consume it all. Ooh, hydrate. I'll do that in just a second. But it will future-proof ourselves for quite a while. And that is also very important. So thank you for that, Birdie. I normally forget to drink, so it's nice you guys are keeping an eye out for me. Wait.